Okay, this is page number 8. Oh my goodness, we're getting there. Still have 12 after this. We're getting there. So, after being married for 1 week, I found out that he lied to me about everything. He had been smoking pot behind my back with my best friend, cheating on me with his ex-girlfriend and mother of his child, and only wanted to marry me so I'd have sex with him. He was also still dealing, mostly pot and sometimes other drugs. Feeling devastated, so hurt, and much a fool, I sincerely believed that I couldn't leave him. I was raised Lutheran and was taught that you can only marry once, for better or for worse. This was the worst. I succumbed to the lie, which was my life, and turned back once again to smoking pot. But after 2 years, during which I left him a couple of times, I had sunk so deep and felt so unhappy that I knew something had to change. Again, I reflected on my youth and how happy and free I felt. I knew I had to get back there once again. For a third time, I left my drug dealer. I also stopped smoking pot and prayed that God would lead me to the one true church. At that time, I was still Lutheran, but always felt God by my side. 3 months went by and my ex wanted me to come back, saying that he really wanted to change. To this day, I still don't know why I believed him again, but I ignorantly did. However, it was another lie. Go figure. Yet during that time of deception, I became pregnant. I was overjoyed. All I had ever wanted was a family. And at 24 years old, I was starting one, and my unborn child became my reason to continue sobriety. On the other side, after finding out that I was pregnant, my ex-drug dealer wanted nothing to do with me. Imagine that. In fact, his mother wanted me to get an abortion. I knew she had convinced the mother of his child, my stepmother's son, to get numerous abortions before the birth of her only son. I told her not to dare mention abortion to me and that I would never consider killing my own child. I stopped her mid-thought before she could utter a word about it to me. I gotta scroll down a little bit. During that time, I also tried everything I could think of to reconcile with my drug dealer, but my pregnancy sent my ex into a further drug-induced downward spiral. Not only was he on 3-day coke binges, he was trying to get with a little 17-year-old girl at his older age of 32. When I asked why, he told me that he lusted after her. He said that I used to be thin and little. There was just too much of me to love since I became pregnant, he'd say. He just wasn't into me anymore. It broke my heart that I was finally going to have my very own child, but on my own, without a family. It was during this time of heartache and pregnancy that I cried to God, who heard my cries of agonizing, gut-wrenching pain. He heard the screaming and shouting at the top of my lungs while alone in my big, empty house. Again, all I had ever wanted was to have a family and to be a stay-at-home mom just as my loving mother. But that was not happening. I reached out to my mother and father. I continued to pray for the one true church as if it may possibly exist. I found myself during my pregnancy driving 50 miles one way to attend daily mass 3 times a week and read the Bible daily. My gut-wrenching pleas to God became less frequent as He molded, formed, shaped my soul into accepting my newfound reality. I had to leave everyone and everything associated with my old party ways behind. Only by the grace of God was this possible. Each time I cried out to God, He healed my brokenness bit by bit. I knew in my heart that it was truly over, and surrounded my life with God and His plan for me. And that is the end of page 8, and we'll see you on the other side.